The quirks and oddities of Siege operator icons.
Playtime? What does this operator icon have to do with anything about Ela? Like, seriously, try to guess. What I thought it was probably like one of those call signs or something, like Bravo Chudsack B.
Honestly, it kind of just looks like a little like Mario ghost that like stuns people, you know what I mean?
But apparently, if you turn this around, you get someone getting concussed by the Grismob mine. That is unironic.
Wait, if you turn it around and someone getting concussed? I mean, like, yeah, it looks like a... I don't really think so. I feel like Ela just kind of has that, like, punk, you know, like that punk fragger.
Pretty cool right there, I'm not gonna lie. How about that? I've always found all of these operator icons really interesting. And it tells you the artistry of the Siege devs. And actually, never mind. This one by Blackbeard is outdated as fuck. Hello guys, it's me, Potato Milk. Welcome to my most schizophrenic upload ever. Today, we'll be looking at these otherwise unknown and I guess funny looking operator icons, and I'll explain how they're
Thorn kind of reminds me of like the How to Train Your Dragon Irish type of vibe.
Really relate to the operator that encompasses them. And I'll show you guys my favorite ones too. Let's talk about my least favorite one right now. The Blackbeard icon and Zofia's icon that I'll mention later. Originally, when Blackbeard sucked, back then, when you guys weren't born yet, Blackbeard had a shield that he could attach to his gun, and it would be a one-to-one look to his icon. How the piece of glass surrounds the gun barrel that immediately breaks if someone sneezed on it or whatever. Now, instead, once he got that shield rework that was definitely needed, this was bad. Like, can I just...
Arguably, if I had to say the best rework in the game, it has to be Blackbeard. As annoying as he is, that guy was like no saving him, but they made him a little bit better.
Say that once Blackbeard aims in, the top part sorta gets pushed down to the
Blackbeard incident. Yo, no, we are not starting this, bro. I need everyone in this chat to shut the hell up, or else YouTube's gonna catch on to it. Because somehow the fucking Logi hatch caught on. I don't know how. It was just a random part of the video. How about you shut up?
recess of the shield. So, yeah, it doesn't look like the icon anymore. It's like 75% close to the icon since it's surrounded everywhere except the top. That's f***ed, guys. But what the hell, man?
What a sick show!
Zofia is a bird flying. Wow. At least that's what I thought at first. But once you look into the lore and the passive ability that she had, because she has like children.
Oh yeah, because like, bro, yes or no? Do you guys think they should bring back the Zofia withstand? Because like the phoenix is like a phoenix rises up because she had self-revive.
And things to live for. As if all of the other operators don't have anything to live for. But anyways, that
Wait, Smoke and Zof have children? What?
Would make her be able to pick herself back up from being downed, which I find is really cool. You know, what does it have to do with anything? Who like rises from the ashes and shit like that? A phoenix. This is a phoenix. Let me show you how to
Millennium.
does. But it eventually got removed, probably because it would make like random 1 in a
Chat,
million
I'm seeing Millennium 3
that
times
won't make much
in the next
sense
3
to a
months.
pro scene. Like, imagine if you lose an entire round due to Zofia just healing herself out of a
Unfortunately,
down
I'm an ABB
and killing you
raver.
while you defuse. I've always loved these weird, I'm gonna say this word, archaic passives that make the game feel old. Obviously, it is very old and built on a really shitty piece of shit fucking grandpa engine. The fact that now it's so competitive and boring. What if a Rooney could jump up hatches like Oric?
Yeah, it's crazy that Siege was never really meant to be a big game. It was just supposed to be another like thing that Ubisoft threw shit at the wall and like, we're gonna make our own identity of the game. And it blew up to be a competitive FPS. But I think Siege is built on not the best engine, but they somehow told us when I was in Siege X that Siege is built on one of the best engines in the gaming market compared to Riot Games, Epic Games, etc. Is that cap?
Because of how robotic she looks or something. Devs adding fucking random bullshit like that contributes to the longevity of the game. I'm not even kidding. Whenever I play other games like CS, for example, there's a Zeus in this game for some reason. Like, but what's the point of the Zeus, bro? Take some advice from Mr. Valve here and add more bullshit to your games, Ubisoft. Please. Pretty please. For some weird reason, I've found that many of these operators really rely on animals as their icons, and some as their names, specifically Oryx, because he's an Oryx and he can fucking break walls like any other guy from Al-Karak, Azami, Maverick, the list goes on. Ironically, one of the operators that is named an animal, Jackal, has a picture of a Quadrat problem? What is this, bro? Yeah, this is just the call sign to his Inox XXX Mike Myers.
I mean, his name is Jackal, but it kind of looks like a bird. You know what I mean? You can see the beak. I feel like the icon's pretty nice though. Like honestly, I feel like this guy might be reaching a bit, but I kind of like the animal designs.
His ability that he has. I mean, if Jackal was an actual jackal, like the animal, it would be a problem differentiating it with Oryx, because in the siege style that these artists designed them with, they'd probably look the same, honestly.
Bro, it's a bird. What do you mean?
I'm not gonna lie. Even if they're on different sides, and one released much after the other. Actually, there's
That was a compass. Really? I thought it was a bird.
another one that has a name of the animal, but does not rely on the animal as the icon, which is Buck.
What is the first thing that comes to your brain when you see this? I'm gonna show you guys an image. The first thing that comes to my mind.
Which the first time I saw it, I don't think I've ever seen like a Buck's tooth before.
Oh my god,
But
I
the
need this coke
outlined
now.
little jaguar slit on the bullets here are very noticeable. That's what I saw at the beginning. It is pretty obvious when I point it out though.
I
Then
love
again,
coke.
it probably is just his power because of his two different firing modes. That being
Side note, for people watching on YouTube thinking I'm a fat fuck that just eats fast food and reacts all day, I rarely eat when I react. I'm just down on calories today, which I happen to buy a fast food spot near me. So no, if your first impression means I'm a fat fuck, the lazy streamer, that's not me. Chat, can you guys confirm?
the shotgun
I am not.
and the brrr brrr papa team, you know? Or the Agarthan Yakubian take of the two bullet bills from Mario Maker. This is one of the first operators along with the Pathfinders, so their operator icons were rather boring. Sledge, he had a hammer. Blitz, he has a flash shield. I'm really trying to make sense of the art director's design philosophy here,
I see them perfectly fine. I don't really know what you're trying to get out of this.
because in a way, this is pretty inconsistent throughout the years. Whatever. Okay, next operator, Sens.
Ooh, okay, well, I think we can agree on Sens. What the fuck is that icon?
I just gotta.
All right, $10. Who can figure out what the meaning of this? It's like a prism. It's like it looks like light shining on a diamond or a prism.
Bad taste in my mouth. What is this really actually supposed to be? Like for real, what is this? I thought like maybe it's his gadget rolling and making prisms. I might be reaching there, honestly.
Bro, like imagine a Beyblade, like a blue Beyblade spinning. Dude, that'd be sick.
The overall design of his
Like kind of how Brava's icon is.
character is tied to complex shapes and prisms, and there's no real correlation, at least. I don't think so, between the operator and the icon. It really feels like they made the icon
Chat,
and
not gonna
cosine
lie, I'm kind of getting
whatever the
meat
fuck
sweats right
before
now.
actually designing the gadget, which I find is really funny, because imagine if Ella's icon was a guy getting electrocuted or something. Or something I thought of last second, maybe it's talking about how these things block and reflect light, like the wall that is getting thrown. I seriously think that this is the most plausible description of this cute little icon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you have any explanations of this. I'd love to hear it.
Ella's icon is Hassan's dog.
I looked this one up on Reddit and nothing popped up since nobody actually plays this shitty fucking character. Okay, can we look at that C-clamp? Thank you. I think this is probably the sixth video that I've made that makes fun of the C-clamp that this guy does. God damn, I'm tearing up right now.
What the fuck?
I found a really cool post that highlights the color distribution in Rainbow Six Siege's operator icons, and most of them
If you play a blue operator, you're like champion.
are in blue. Not really blue. This guy must have ran out of space in this tier list, because majority of them do look more cyan than blue, like the ones I've highlighted right here. But yeah, a majority is blue. Like the guy says, they must have a favorite color or something. I mean, it's either that or blue is, I guess, a very common color for the authoritative figure. I mean, Sens is there, so I don't know about that. Sens flaming aside, seeing them all side by side like this, it tells you how many operators just have such off colors. Like, look at this, man. The
Oh, yeah, if an operator has like a fucking off color, just ass.
pink in the SAS Pathfinder, guys, doesn't really look pink. More like a very light brown or even a little gray at times if I focus on it. But when I compare them to the Unqad, whose icon is brown.
What did he just say? COD? How do you guys spell K? Do you say Kayd or do you say or Kaid? H or Kayeed? Kaid. I say Cade. Who the fuck says COD?
they do look more pink. More info on that, it's apparently called the Mountbatten pink, as it's a British naval camouflage color, which I find is really cool, because I really appreciate the artists going for more realism than haha funny prism blue, goo goo gaga type shit.
I have a feeling that Sens is gonna get strays all throughout this video.
Before I get to the cool symbolism, I'm gonna say right here that the people that are still members are straight up kings, no doubt. I wanna thank all these chuds right here. I read every single comment and, you know, the support means a lot if you know what I mean. Like and sub, yada yada yada. Let's just get back to the video, I'm gonna stop yapping right now. Aruni is one that I didn't really understand, because this just looked like any other flower. Maybe the flower is pink, and
Aruni didn't really make sense to me, but it's cool. But maybe it's because like it blossoms, like the Aruni gadget, it blossoms, you know what I'm saying?
Understand, because this just looked like any other flower. Maybe the flower is pink, and Aruni's base cosmetic is pink. No, it turns out, this flower is a lotus flower, very popular in Asia, I remember this shit.
What do you mean by that?
And the specific type of lotus represents rebirth, because of her prosthetics that give her a second chance in life. How beautiful.
I thought it was because the gadget turns back on.
They didn't make her jump up ledges though, that's for sure. The third one is very unexpected.
Yeah, personally, I think the Aruni rework should turn into a transformer. Do y'all agree, yes or no?
Unexpectedly easy to explain.
Make her Optimus Prime.
Thorn, the operator as a name, is just because of her power, as far as I can tell. It shoots thorns once activated, so that's nice and easy. Although the thorn icon is an Irish Celtic knot. It's called a triquetra variant. And funnily enough, it's the same exact shape that the Treyarch logo uses, which I found is very funny. This specific logo always just looked so cool to me, and the circle in the middle just adds so much for some reason. The Capcan icon represents an anchor with a bomb on top. It looks very unconventional compared to the others, since it feels really uncentered in a way.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. Who the fuck is looking at the icons? Gang, focus on the damn game, bro.
Thinking a little more about it, this thing isn't really an anchor, more like a hook that baits people and blows them up. This is my diagnosis for this one. I swear this is the last one, I love these so much. Nomad's icon looks like the Nomad air jab coming at you, but also looks like a compass pointing towards all the directions.
Yeah, because she's like a nomad. She is like in the desert and needs a compass.
South, all that shit, bro. Skopos is another one of these operators that nobody really plays, sadly. I think the power is actually kinda cool. And less about the operator, let's go for the icon right now. Of course, all of these could be insignias, like what I said with Ela. I was confused and rattled and annoyed, okay? So I checked out Reddit.
You must be from Reddit. Ugh.
I found a bunch of normal answers like the robot theory and the...
Bro, I low-key like the Reddit side of Siege. I kind of like it, bro.
For some reason, someone thought it looked like a wheelchair, which I kind of see in a way. And then comes this one. A mechanical uterus. Huh?
What did he just say? The clank dussy, bro? The clanker dussy, bro? What did he just say?
The first time I read that, okay, I was like, no, okay, but this is the autism of Reddit. And when I really looked and focused...
What? Where did he get that from? Okay, bro.
It checks out.
No?
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain yourself, Ubisoft. No, I actually think it's just an insignia, but it's a very unfortunate insignia, sadly. Another one that looks exactly like Skopos's for some reason is actually OSA. OSA has
Scope pussy.
A weird technology, overly made design too. And if you guys didn't realize, I absolutely hate these designs. They're just so boring and absolutely do not look like the operator that they encompass. OSA and Skopos look so familiar. I actually think that they made the Skopos one out of the OSA one as a background and traced over it like a deviant artist. Okay, this is...
Well, I will say Ubisoft is known for like recycling things.
Gonna be a pretty niche reference. I find them looking like the old Black Ops 3 loading screen, if anyone remembered that.
Oh, dude. BO3 was so sick. Like, the zombies, peak. Multiplayer, peak. I remember, like, getting home and genuinely being excited to play a game.
A friend of mine yesterday suggested if there were icons that changed.
You had the mark. You were cursed.
And I remember... Yeah, they were all different, weren't they? And goddamn, did they just look so horrifying. This was back in 2015.
Honestly, they look way better than what they were back then. Like this looks like Roblox or like some like old CS.
Weren't they? And goddamn, do they just look so horrifying. This was back in 2015, and back in the day, the Siege team apparently tried to have a bit more of a realistic vibe to all these icons. They looked more like badges, like the badges that military people wear and like Boy Scouts wear, than the, you know, colorful and usable gameplay icons. Because most of them, in my opinion, don't really make sense to...
Okay, this is kind of an off topic, yeah, but would you guys say that like hero-based shooters have gotten stale almost, like feel? Almost a lot of the new games that come out are all just heroes about like quirky characters that just like all have some like fuck-ass lore that we don't care about. Like, why do I care about this operator who had both of their parents killed and they wanted to grow up and avenge them and be the best in the world? Boy, I don't care, bro. Most people are just picking the operator because she got a fat ass, or if some dude looked like cool as a robot. They don't care, bro.
What the operators encompass. Like, look at Capcan's one. What is that, bro? Some are pretty cool in nature.
You could blame Overwatch. You could blame... What's another, like...
Like Blitz being Medusa, because when you look at Medusa, you turn into stone, and when you look at Blitz, you die, I guess. Ash is a very funny occurrence, because Ash actually...
Oh my god, don't get me started on my rivals. That game is the biggest gooner fest I've ever seen. Half the characters are not even wearing clothes, bro.
Used to have 3 breach charges in this icon, but only 2 in game. But how is this, guys? I wonder. She used to have 3 in the beta, which is when these operator icons were, you know, alive back then. My least favorite one is Rook. This might be actually worse than Sens, because there is so much visual clutter that it sucks triple, okay? Sledge is weird, so is Glass. I'm really glad that they got rid of these so early, because it would have been very unclear to who was who. Also, all of them had different colors, which is just infuriating and actually just disgusting.
So he doesn't like the current ones, but he also doesn't like the older ones. So does he just want like, what does he want as the icon?
Man, I like what Siege did in the current version, because at least the factions, that being the FBI, GIGN, Spetsnaz, you know, etc., all the ones that are like military fucking Modern Warfare 2 teams, bro. They're all highlighted by their own colors. So, for example, Glaz's color is the same as Tachanka, because they're both from the same Spetsnaz faction. They didn't really do this much after the Pathfinders. The ones that I could think of are like Lion and Finka.
I just think that they haven't been making operators based on the same faction in a long time. Like, when was the last time there was the same faction? Ela and Zofia? Thunderbird doesn't have an attacker. Sens doesn't have a defender. Like, I feel like every operator is just, it's like some random ass country. Nomad and Cade? Okay, no, yeah, Nomad and Cade, I guess. Mostly been Nighthaven. Oh yeah, they just been like grouping operators into like just random individuals into the same one, right? It makes sense within lore for them to be branching out.
And Maestro and Alibi, but that's...
Oh yeah, well, mine, Galley.
Really it. It was great while it lasted, honestly. What do I think about all of this? This video was made to test the integrity of the game's art direction. Imagine if every single one of these icons were different and in different art styles and they had errors or something like that. I would say that this game is around 80% consistent without the icons look. A game that I could confidently say I would compare this to is Dead by Daylight. Yeah, that game, I'm sorry. Where most of, if not all of the perk icons in that game refer to the same style of being a single color, always benefiting from the negative space to make them look sick, and being clever in some sort of a way at least. They all feel like they're in the same game, unlike some operators from Siege. Hopefully everybody here
Surprised didn't bring up Sens.
enjoyed the video. I currently have 6-7 in my subscriber count right now, so please sub so my count changes and I could get rid of this curse so I don't
want to see a single 6-7 in the chat, bro. Hey, W video potato milk. Guys, like and subscribe to this dude. Pretty good video, man. Yeah, man, W video, bro. I will say, opera icons, I feel like they're fine, bro.